Hello, my impatience. How are you doing? So, can somebody tell me the truth? The truth is, my mother and stepfather had premeditated intentions to pharmacologically abuse me. They are sexual sadists, right? That is, without a doubt, the reality. They're just cowards that don't want to take accountability. They don't want to take accountability because they know how angry I'll be. That's basically it. The whole thing was premeditated, the whole thing was orchestrated, and they know if they tell me the truth, I'm going to be steaming angry. That's basically it. Correct? So they lie to me. They gaslight me. But it's just becoming obvious they did it to me. Correct? I mean, they pharmacologically abused me. They were getting off sexually from my pain and suffering. It's just the reality, right? Can somebody just tell me the truth? Can somebody tell me the truth, please? I would, they say I wouldn't say your stepfather got off sexually from your pain and suffering. I mean, did he like you? Probably not. But I wouldn't say he was, getting off sexually though. But it's obvious the whole HIV PrEP thing, the mega regimen of psychiatric medications was sadistic. They did it to me. And I want them to take accountability and admit and have the difficult conversation. But they're not going to do that because of how fucking angry I'll be. They're just not going to take fucking accountability. So I'm going to go on to this one. So Otto Greenberg, who's a caricature of me, is performing a stand-up comedy in a competition. He's performing to the judges. The judge says the gold medal goes to Sally, who's a blonde-haired woman, who's beautiful. The silver goes to Richard, who's a tall man. The bronze goes to Squid. The judge says to Otto, you finished in last place, dead last, but here is a participation medal. He gets a medal for just having participated. And Dr. Natural says, even though you lost, it's good for your self-esteem to feel like a winner. The next one, OMG, they're sadists. I've come to the realization my mother and stepfather are monsters behind their masks who are deceiving me. They're sadists. And this is a little bit of a, rendition of OMG caffeine, because that joke, The next one, it's becoming obvious my mother and stepfather have villainized me behind my back. I feel like they're gaslighting, manipulating monsters. They rage bait me. It's never been delusional. Dr. Natural says, even if it's true, they're so unhappy with their lives that torturing you is their entertainment. Also, get independent. If you weren't living at their house at 38 years old, then you wouldn't have this problem. The next one. The mom says to Otto, you're wasting your life. Go back to college for math. Otto says, who cares? I hate math. I am failing. In math class, he's daydreaming he's a rich and famous pop or movie star. And you see him in a purple outfit, dressed up like a celebrity and with feathers, like a pretentious purple, he's daydreaming he's a rock star. I don't know. I guess kind of like maybe, I don't know. And Dr. Natural says it's important to be realistic. Most people do not make it in show business. It's cutthroat. Math is more realistic. The next one, you see a rich woman, and Andrew or Otto says, "I am so thirsty, rich young woman," and she says, "Here is some cola," and she's sadistically pouring cola into his mouth, and he's like, "Yum! Thank you for your generosity." But with the amount of money this rich young woman has, if she's a pop star or whoever she may be, she can afford a lot more than cola. It's almost sadistic and bullying pouring the cola into his mouth. And the last one, all alone. Everybody is laughing at me. Help me. Solitary confinement is transforming me into a weirdo. I'm a buffoon and nobody wants to be my friend. I think those are, recent artworks that I've done that I think are really, really illustrate how I feel. So somebody says, "What's the grub? What am I eating?" Cool Ranch Doritos. Honestly, I just want honesty and transparency. I just want somebody to take accountability and tell me the truth. Apparently, my parents, my mother and stepfather, did not have nefarious intentions. Apparently, they did not have sadistic intentions to torture me. Somebody asks, "Do you have schizophrenia?" Yes, I have schizoaffective disorder, which is like schizophrenia with bipolar symptoms. So to answer your question, sure, why not? Yes, I have schizophrenia. Gecko Cujo says, "I enjoy the artwork. I think Otto gets it. He needs to get out and get independent." Why? Do you think I'm sounding delusional? Do you think I'm sounding schizophrenic? Do you think I need to toggle the delusional and emotional switch to off and realize nobody has betrayed me? It sounds like this person thinks, these are persecutory delusions and I was not betrayed by my mother and stepfather. Maybe I was just having an emotional tsunami and I need to calm down a little bit. How's my internet speed? It was bad for a few days. But I think it's better today. Is my speed good, guys? Can you hear me? I don't know if anybody can even hear me. Can you guys hear me? Somebody says you've got a good speed going on. Gecko Cujo says, "You're coming through loud and clear, dude." Hello, is this thing on? Bum, bum, bum. Hello, is anybody out there? Apparently, I'm coming through loud and clear. How much louder do I need to scream? Ah! Can you hear me in the back? Apparently, this guy has voices. He must be schizophrenic too, and he says he hears me loud and clear like the voices in his head. Sorry you struggle with that. Sorry you struggle with auditory hallucinations. We got Rusty in the house. How art thou, Rusty? How art thou? Long time no see. Vanna says, cute Pikachu. Thank you, Vanna. Thank you. Hey, TB, how art thou? How are you doing, TB? He says, ask and you shall receive. He says, I haven't done a live stream in a long time. And I'm not going to lie. Part of the reason I'm doing this live stream has to do with you, TB. But also because the internet is going well. Rusty asks, do you remember the Booty Man, Brutus Beefcake, WCW persona? I remember him as the disciple, for Hollywood Hulk Hogan's, B Team NWO. Is my internet, and what do you guys think? How's my internet going today? I think it's going pretty well today. So I'm not complaining. I don't know what happened. For some reason, it's going better today. Honestly, all I want is honesty, transparency, people to communicate with me. Oh, TB wants to get into the Discord. All right, I'll give you the Discord link, and I'll accept people. I don't really. Somebody says, "Do you like any video games?" I don't really play video games. I consider them to be for kids, I'll accept you into the Discord. I think the biggest problem is I don't trust my mother, father, and stepfather. I think everybody's fucking lying to me, and I'm looking at everybody suspiciously, like I'm being deceived by everybody. And that's a real problem. If you don't know who you can trust, and you think everybody's fucking lying to you, I mean, it's like, who the fuck's telling me the truth, I don't think the psychopharmacologist is telling me the truth. I don't think the psychiatrists are telling me the truth. It's like, who's being honest with me? Is anybody being honest with me? Or is it really all schizoaffective? Like, is there anybody I could go to who's going to give me honesty? Meva says, unfortunately, there is no big lie. This is just schizoaffective. You're coming to feelings of conviction about what you're imagining to be true. You're delusional. That's the reality here. So calm down, toggle the switch to off. The truth is there's no monsters behind a mask or betrayal. All right, guys, I think I'm going to get going here. Meva says, there's no big lie. Unfortunately, it's just your illness. I guess try to trust that people are being honest and transparent with me. Try to trust nobody's lying to me, you know? All right. I don't know how my